I find that people love to say that kids are expensive, but then they never really elaborate on what they mean. Like, which part is expensive? Is it the food? Is it the clothes? Is it the toys? Is it childcare? What is so expensive? So I'm going to break down how much my family spent last week on our family. We have 4 kids, ages 8, 7, 5, and 3, and I'm going to break it down itemized for you on what we spent for them last week. We're going to start with the big ticket items. Last week, I paid for childcare for all 4 of our kids. I pay about once a month for my 2 youngest for daycare and every 6 weeks for my 2 oldest who have after school care. For daycare, last month I spent $3,185 for 2 kids in full-time daycare. That's preschool and pre-K aged. And for my 2 kids for after school care for 6 weeks of after school care, which runs from about 3 o'clock to 5:45, it was $3,051. So that's a grand total of $6,237 for childcare. For the sake of this video, I do want to break this down even further and just give you a weekly cost of childcare. So on average, we spend about $1,300 on childcare for all 4 kids every single week. Last week, we spent about $320 on food for our 4 kids. That was just groceries. So we provide lunch for our 2 youngest kids at daycare, and then our 2 oldest kids tend to get school lunch, which is free in the state of Massachusetts, which is amazing. But we spent about $320, give or take, on groceries. We are a family that loves hand-me-downs, but last week we had to buy our son a new winter jacket, and that was about $70. We did get one on sale, so it wasn't too crazy, but we spent $70 on a ski jacket. This is where things get a little bit crazy. We have 4 kids, all of which participate in some sort of sport or extracurricular activity. My daughters all dance. They got sucked into it because their older cousin does it, and she told them how fun it was, so they all dance right now. Typically, I spend about $320 a month on dance for 3 girls to dance, so about $100 a month per child. But this month they also had costumes. So with the cost of costumes for their winter dance recital, it was $620. And then on top of that, for the recital, they break it up into a young kid recital and an older kid recital. My oldest daughter is in the older kid, my youngest 2 are in the younger one, which means we had to pay to go to 2 separate recitals. Each recital cost our family about $125. So we spent about $250 on tickets for a dance recital. Okay, that's all the big ticket items. We did also spend $25 on the book fair for our daughter. She has it once a year at school, and so we gave her $25 to buy books. But in total, it's about $2,500 for the week for 4 kids. Obviously, I broke the childcare cost down per week because even though they come out at one time, we are paying for 4 to 6 weeks depending on which childcare it is. Now, I have 4 kids, so obviously I spend more than the average family, but most families with 2 kids are spending on average $20,000 a year per child in my state of Massachusetts, and so what we pay is pretty on par with that. Also, I know that 4 kids is a lot of kids, and most people do not have 4 kids. They have 1, maybe 2, so that breaks down to about $625 per kid last week. So if you had 1 kid, that's probably what you could expect.